Hi guys, it's DOA here. So I was thinking, right? It's my birthday, and here are 23 things I've learned so far in the past 23 years before this new age. One, seek God first. And that's the reason why I'm putting this first, because it's about a relationship with God. It's not just about practicing religion, it's about pursuing Him, it's about seeking Him first and making Him first in your life. It's a heart thing, it's not something that you have to play performance for on the media or whatsoever, but it's in your secret place and it's in your heart. So seek Him first in every single thing you do. And remember, it's a relationship thing over religion. It's that day-to-day communication, right? And second, the comfort zone kills. It kills dreams. You can't be in the comfort zone and want to actually live out your dreams, right? There's a reason why pressure is necessary. Pressure forms the gold. Pressure makes the crude and transforms it into different things that we use today. So the pressure is good for you. Yes, you are gold, baby, and that's why you need to go through that pressure. And third, it costs 0.000 cents to be kind. Please be kind. God is love. So if you're a child of God, exhibit love from the innermost part of yourself, right? You should not want to just be evil or bad or think of the worst things of somebody else. However, being kind doesn't mean you shouldn't have your boundaries. You should definitely have your boundaries right, okay? And also the fourth, your environment actually matters. Your environment matters a lot. However, does not mean that your background should make you have your back on the ground. It doesn't matter where you're coming from. You can do so much more, right? And it means that in your environment, you should pay close attention to what you let around you, the friends you allow, the people you allow around you. So if there's any form of toxicity, it's okay to get yourself out of there, because your environment matters. You're like a garden, a watered garden. So if you need to uproot the weeds, if you need to remove the toxicity, if you need to remove the fear, the doubt, please go ahead and do that. So the fifth being that you should grow. You should ensure that you keep learning. You should ensure that you keep pouring into yourself. Keep educating yourself. That's the key. The key is keep educating yourself day after day. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon. It's not a day's job. It's not a one-day thing. It's every single day of your life. I mean, recently I've been trying to, as much as possible, no matter how busy the day gets, no matter how tired, to try to pick up a book, to try to listen to someone on YouTube, to just try to get some much more value, because you never know, all those little drops are adding to you, right? And the sixth would be self-care is important. Your self-care is something you should never negotiate with. Like, genuinely, how you smell, how you look is really important. So please prioritize your personal hygiene, okay? The seventh, no matter where you're going to, no matter where you're showing up to, always have a pocket tissue, always have maybe a little spray bottle of perfume in your bag, always have a floss in your bag, right? And I mean lip balm. It doesn't matter, it's not just for the girlies, but it's for everybody. It's so necessary, okay? This is just part of you prioritizing yourself and how you show up. A floss is always necessary. Like, there's so many times that I have to eat something and I can't literally poke my hands in my mouth. Like, I have to use my floss, right? So always ensure to do that. And I think we'll be on the seventh, right? Execution is important. See, ideas do not rule the world. I know there's that popular saying, ideas rule the world, but it is ideas acted upon that actually rule the world. If you have ideas and you never act on it, and you actually do not take a step, it's just going to be ideas. I'm saying this because I've also been a victim of this before, but I'm a victor. We are all victors. So that's why I'm sharing this. You have to execute upon your ideas. Nobody's going to really see how much you can do until you start to do it. And it's not for anybody, it's for you, right? Then the eighth, the true test of purpose is finding fulfillment. See, fulfillment at the end of the day is something that nobody can feel for you, right? Ensure that you do not throw away your dreams for a job or for salary. I always say that the salary is the drug that many people take to forget their dreams. right? Make sure your salary is not something you're taking to forget your dreams. Make sure that you're bold enough to actually chase your dreams, to actually go after what you want to do. Because at the end of the day, die empty. Do not die full. You and God know how much potential you've been given, know how much you have been deposited with. You're God's investment. We are God's investment. There's so much He has put in us. And the aim is to die empty. Do not leave this world with all of the beautiful things that you're capable of doing. So ensure that your salary is not that drug that you take to forget your dreams, okay? Because you are meant to live purposefully, right? And then the next thing, do it for you. Do everything you want to do, not for the applauses, not for anything anybody has to say, not for the external validation, not for anything. Everything I do, I mean, right from my 22nd year, I started to realize it's between you and God. Like when you are in your secret place with Him, are you happy? Like, are you knowing that you are actually fulfilling His purposes, His calling for you? So do it for you, right? Make sure you ask that question, God, what is my purpose? Because at the end of the day, after all the chasing, the working, and you're not actually living your purpose, it's going to be so devastating. And that's a feeling that nobody can feel for you. So trust me, dear one, you do not want to actually go through that. You want to ensure that you're living in purpose. So please ensure that you do that. And then the next thing, if you are high value, you would attract someone that's high value, right? A lot of times back in the years, it's all about wanting to attract people that are, wanting all the wonderful things in a relationship, all of that. It's about you first investing in yourself. When you've done the inner work, when you have actually worked on yourself and poured so much into yourself, your knowledge, your looks, your mind, your relationship with God, trust me, you would attract. Do not chase anything. Do not chase. I know a lot of us, everybody says, yeah, of course, money is, answering stuff and does all of that. But if you chase knowledge, trust me, money will chase you no matter what. Because when you add value to wherever you are, people would pay for value. Wherever value is, money will be attracted to. It's just a wonderful game, because people think it's about chasing the paper and the money, but no, it's about chasing your purpose, what causes you fulfillment and knowledge. Because once you have knowledge and you can apply it, that's wisdom, right? And you want to ensure that wherever you are adding value. And when you're able to add value, you can be able to get paid for that value, right? So at the end of the day, it's about you. It's about you actually focusing on yourself and knowing that I have to do the work. So don't chase, attract, okay? Then I think the next thing I would say is situationship is from hell. Do not give room for situationships. Like, do not do that, because you are high value, we are standards, and we're principled, right? And also, apart from that, it's a thing whereby everything that's sent from God will not come with confusion. Instead, it will come with clarity. So I'm going to be doing two opposites, right? Fulfillment, is on one hand, misery on being miserable is on the other hand. And I hope that everybody watching this always find fulfillment in whatever they do. In the same vein, anything that comes from God will not cause you to be confused. It will give you clarity, right? And I've been speaking about other opposites. Worship over worrying. So many times I've done this in my own life personally, wherever I found myself in, very dire positions or positions that basically, caused me to worry. And I realized whenever I worshipped, instead of worrying about it, because worry is not going to do anything. It's a waste of your energy, it's a waste of your time, it's a waste of your beautiful mind, because your mind is the powerful tool that God has given unto you. The Bible says that the just shall live by faith and not by sight, because your mind, captures what has not yet actualized, but you see it as being actualized, and then you birth it. That's how much God has created our minds to be. So do not worry, instead worship. Instead, put yourself in the position to worship Him and ask and talk to Him about it instead of worry. So I think another one I would mention is, do not be in a position whereby you talk about people. Because I think something I realized, even though this kind of has changed over the trajectory of years, when people talk about people, they're definitely going to talk about you too, those same people, right? So gossiping, no. See, people that that rule, systems and stuff, never talk about people. Be in rooms where you're talking about ideas, where you're talking about executing ideas, where you're talking about doing great things, instead of talking about other people. It just doesn't cut it. Your time is necessary, so put your resources into that instead of having to focus on all of those other things, right? And then I will go on to saying that ask God about everything. Do not think that anything is too small. I would say something, even as much as I remember sometime this year, as much as going to church, and then I would literally feel like I'm so late, or I wouldn't get a good seat, or maybe something as little as a meal, or people think that it's you shouldn't ask about it's very little. Talk to him about everything, because trust me, he answers, right? Because he knows what we want to ask him before we ask. So go ahead too. And then, very importantly too, there is no replacement for discipline, for hard work, and for consistency. See, those three things I had to learn the hard way, but I'm learning, and I'm still learning. Discipline is doing what you do not feel like doing. Like, even when you don't feel like doing it, you still do it. That's what discipline is. Literally. It's not because it's easy you do it, but because you have to do it. And you have to show up. That's what consistency is. Like, show up every time, show up every day, as much as whatever it is you lay your hands to do it well, basically, right? Consistency over intensity. I used to be that person that would go so intense. I said, okay, I'm going to read today. I'm going to read 10 pages. No, I'm going to finish the book today. Intensity. And then you get burnt out. And, the next day, you don't pick up that book. But how about we do this, which is something I try to learn. Okay, I'm going to read 2 pages every day. After 2 pages, I'm done. Like, I close my book and I close whatever book I'm on and I go to sleep. And that works better, because that way you do 2 pages on Monday, 2 pages on Tuesday. It's not just about doing those 2 pages, it's about showing up every day. As you show up every day, those little things will help you. Once you achieve those little small goals, you're able to achieve bigger goals, because your mind has already been positioned to, I can do this. I can instead of I can't. I can execute instead of I can't execute. So you're able to focus on those things and actually actualize your goals, right? So you break it down into small iterations, and you say, okay, I'm doing 2 books today, 2 pages today, 2 pages tomorrow, and before you know, you're done. So, and the next thing, there are no days off in believing in yourself. This one is it's deep. It's a topic on its own. I mean, it might look surface level, but it's not. There are no days off in believing in yourself. You have to believe that you can do it. Because if you do not win the battle in your mind first, you can't win it in reality. Alright? So you have to believe that you can do it. You have to believe that you are not your trauma. You have to believe that you are not what society tells you have to be. It's very deep. But look within you. Who are you? You have to figure out who you are and believe in that person. Believe in that person, that vision that God has deposited in your heart. There's a reason why He has put that vision in that dream in your heart. When He put it in your heart, He didn't make it a conference call. He didn't make it a social gathering. He gave it to you for a reason. There's a reason. So believe in yourself. Believe in you. That's something I've learned over the years. Like, I knew the difference when I started to believe in myself and believe in the abilities that God had put in me. And when I did not, I saw the total difference. So believe in yourself. There are no days off. Every day, keep doing that. Every day, keep chasing purpose. Every day, keep showing up for you, okay? And then, I would say that the next thing would be, the bridge between your dreams and reality is action. I think I mentioned that earlier too, in form of execution. Make sure that you never just talk about what you want to do. This one, I learned in a very tough way, because I would be very sincere. At a point in my life, I was that person I really used to talk about. I had those ideas. I had everything. I talk about, this is what I want to do. But I realized that, I don't know, it was some form of dopamine or something, but in your mind, and you feel like it just gives you that bit of satisfaction, like you've already achieved it, but you haven't really done it. So instead of actually talking about what you're going to do, just do it instead. Just go ahead and take the actions, because that's the bridge between your dreams and your reality, right? And then I think another advice I would give to you, water is the best way Please, all this soda, dry gin, whiskey, champagne. This one is not champagne. This one has PAIN at the back because the kind of drinks are out there. But anyways, you never go wrong with water. Please, I mean, cut it. Like, take care, prioritize your health. Your health is wealth. So I think that's one thing I really learned over the years, and it's a non-negotiable, right? So yeah, always do that. Then I think another thing I would say is grow. I mean, life is beautiful and life is a gift from God. However, it's essential for us to know that we have to get rid of the old ways. You have to get rid of the old to welcome the new. Yeah. There's sometimes that, especially like as I was clocking this new year, something that God told me to let go of. And when I did, I realized that something new came up. And I'm like, wow. Because most of the time, us hanging on to the old doesn't give room for the new. So let go of the old things, the old clothes, give it out. The old phone, give it out. Like, I mean, depends, right? I mean, most of us want to walk by sight. Like, but I don't have all the things for now. But why don't you take the act of faith first and see what happens? Just take the advice from me, But let go of the old. So GROW means get rid of old ways. And that's how you grow. That's how every human being grows. So you assess yourself and say, am I growing this year? Have I grown? It just means that, have you gotten rid of your old ways? Are you doing things better? Are you a better person in your habits? I'll give you a prime example of myself, actually. To a very large extent, for like a lot of years, I struggled with, a couple of bad habits, like maybe 20, I'm not very sure, maybe from what age, but even as little as laying in bed. But at a point in my life, the Holy Spirit told me, you want to have stuff organized outside there, and you don't want to organize yourself within. You have to start from within, right? Like, you have to ensure that before you leave your home, lay that bed, be organized. If you're passing by something, you see it scattered, arrange it. It's not going to cost you anything. Those things are doing stuff to you, and then you are getting, you're imbibing the culture of organization, imbibing the culture of orderliness, and before you know, it's a new habit, and you're forming that. And I mean, it sounds so minute, but that affected my life in a very positive way. Like, I started to pay more attention to orderliness in my work, in my life, in my love life, in every single thing. So yeah, get rid of old ways, get rid of that old habit, right? And just, see how far you grow. Another piece of advice is, do not be prayerless. Like, ensure you pray every day, pray every minute, second. Prayer is like words. So words are so powerful, right? That's also something I've learned. Words are so powerful that they're like seeds that you sow. When you plant a seed, it's not immediately you see the tree germinate and stuff now. Like, it's not immediately. And you see, honestly, life is a patient and process thing. Like, I've come to learn that. So you don't have to say everything emanates. As long as you show up every day, success is hidden in your daily habits. As long as you show up every day, as long as you're doing those daily things, consistently, it would all materialize, right? So I'm talking about prayer and words. In terms of words, in terms of prayers, like those seeds you sow every day. Do you have when you're all by yourself, what do you say to yourself? Do you tell yourself, I am powerful, I am blessed, I'm grateful, I am wise, I am God's vessel? Like, what you say to yourself. When God spoke, he said, let there be light. Like, I'm created in his image. It goes to show that our words carry power. You can't, a lot of people have been around to tell me, oh, I'm just joking. No, you can't say that around me. Sorry. Like, your words carry power. Speak life. Speak life. Speak life. I know the environment, Nigeria and everything but don't let what you see make you speak death or speak less abundance. Speak life. So your words are powerful. Remember that every time, and speak great things into yourself every day. They're seeds. They might not germinate now, but it would eventually germinate. It would eventually materialize. Okay, so speak life into yourself. You're beautiful, you're blessed, you're grateful, you are abundant. And remember, a man full of gratitude, a thankful man will always have his tank full. So No matter what you're going through, find something to be grateful for. Find something to be grateful for, because you realize how blessed you are, and that would rid you of so much worry, so much, negative talks. So words are powerful. Pray every day, speak to God every day. Like, you're cooking, talk to Him. You're eating, talk to Him. I mean, it doesn't really have to be so conventional, to be honest. To be very honest, it can be anywhere. So yeah. And then I think the last thing I would say is, a negative mind can never give you a positive life. I'll say that again. A negative mind can never give you a positive life or reality. Make sure to always breed a positive mind. Even the Bible says, as a man thinks in his heart, the heart, not literally like the organ that pumps blood, but we understand what the heart means. As a man thinks in his heart, so is he. So you are your thoughts to a very large extent. Everything that will eventually happen, God first put it in your mind. So can you harbor it? Can you protect it? Can you work on it? Can you keep building the ark even when it doesn't look like there's a need for an ark right now? It's still powerful. But a negative mind can never give you a positive life. So ensure you position your mind to be in a positive angle, to be in that receptive angle to receive abundance and blessings, and not negativity, not thinking harm, not thinking, oh, everybody's chasing me, village people, or oh, Nigeria is bad. I mean, I understand, but trust me, don't focus your mind on those negative things. Never. Think positive, and so much positive and beautiful things would come your way. So God loves you, God loves us, and yeah, I hope this is just like my giveaway back to, for like this beautiful 23 years so far. It's been ups and downs, but the downs make you more grateful for the ups and make you very humble. And, the ups make you reminisce and think back as to how far God has brought you. So I'm very grateful to God for so far. So I hope you picked up a lot of gems. You can rewatch this over again, and definitely, I'm sure it's going to bless you over again. Have a wonderful day, and look out for, the next thing to come. DOA speaks, and you're advised to listen. Bye.